Hello everyone, Dr. Sue here. Welcome to The Short Answer. I am chill today because I have been working nonstop and just did Spiritual Best, which was a fantastic program. And we have so many new practitioners coming out into the community because of that program. I'm thrilled about that. We'll be cultivating them the rest of the year and getting all kinds of wonderful information into that. So always check our website and make sure that you're seeing the most updated version of who's out there available as practitioners. So it'll take us a little while to get everyone uploaded into that, but always check in and see if there's someone near you that you could be working with in a very deep and rich way. We also just did a small group treatment intensive just outside of Chicago with a wonderful family who's been a part of this community for a long, long time. And we had some awesome conversations there that I want to share. But before I dig in with that, I wanted to remind you that we have some awesome things coming up. There is Level 4 here in Indianapolis that is coming. Let me check the date on that. Level 4 is June 6, 7, 8, 9. And, it's always an amazing thing. And it is going to be extraordinary this year because of what I know it's time to share in large group and have some amazing healing meditations and experiences like we did last year, but there's more that's dropping into this conversation for sure. So you might want to check out how to get to Level 4 if you haven't been, or if you're an alumni and would like to be plugging in again, please let us know as soon as you can. I'm also doing something very interesting, very excited about it, with Celebrate Your Life this summer. The end of June and the beginning of July, we're going to a place called Skamania. And it's an outdoors kind of place, a retreat center. It has all kinds of activities we're going to be doing outside together. Really looking forward to that. And I'm also going to be doing a keynote and some breakout sessions and talking on a panel. So I'm engaging in quite a lot of the programming. And if you'd like to go to the Northwest, it is an exciting, beautiful part of the country that I so look forward to. I can't remember if it's Oregon or Washington, but it's up there in the amazing green trees and just the beautiful, beautiful countryside of the Pacific Northwest. So Skamania, you might want to check that out on our website as well. And then the third thing that I wanted to mention is I'm also going to Nantucket in the middle of July. I try to take July off, just isn't working this year. We have so many invitations and so many things that we're trying to accommodate. And this one was very interesting because it's a yoga retreat, and they've asked me to do the keynote for this entire retreat, and they're going to be doing all kinds of yoga classes and things just all day long, every day. I have to just go in and do the keynote and come out, but I still think that it would be a wonderful thing for you to do. The website of all of that looks absolutely gorgeous, and it's going to be right, on the shore where the yoga is, where the retreat is. So I highly encourage you to plug into that if you're in that area of the country. Or if you're not and you want to go to that area of the country in the middle of July, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be. That's why I'm just down the shoreline in the New York area during July, because the summers are just absolutely beautiful there. So you might want to, check that out. Okay, so hi, everybody. It's really wonderful to connect with you. I've been full stride since the book launch, and it's been an amazing time. Lots of new things happening and developing, and we're getting lots and lots of invitations to share this work. The book's been translated into 9 languages in different countries, etc. All kinds of, transformational ripple is happening here, and that's exactly what we wanted to have happen. So lots of people are contacting us about all kinds of programs. So if you are part of the community already, please plug in and make your reservation soon, because we have a list of things that are sold out. We're going to Sedona soon. It is sold out, but we're looking for a larger property for next year so that we can start to accommodate these things. And just know that I always take care of my peeps. So plug in and let us know that you're interested in coming to whatever. So let's talk about the short answer, all right? So what we want to do in the short answer is give you a little triage, kind of this momentary thing that I have to remember as I'm living my life, so that I don't get caught up and needing to do reparative work or operate on a series of apologies. Rather, we are conscious and intentional about everything that we do. And one of the things that came up while we were teaching Spiritual Best this beautiful woman who's part of the community. I love her dearly. And she was so forthcoming with what was going on. And we were treating her and taking a look into what was happening. And we recognized that there was a place in the abdominal area that when I touched it, I was working on her physically, there was tenderness and there was kind of this knot there. And what we were saying was, actually, every pain in our life is a byproduct of energy being blocked. And that energy gets blocked with unresolved emotion. And those unresolved emotions are there, and they're most likely to be found in your belly. And every time that you can bring your attention into your belly deeply, fully, sincerely, with all of your attention, with all of your focus, without any distraction, with 100% you, if you can do that, you're going to find in the middle of a meditation or in the middle of the night when you're laying there and just breathing into this belly space with everything you've got, with sheer focus, what's going to happen is a ripple of energy will start to rise up. And as you keep going in underneath that energy with your concentration, with your awareness and with your breath, what happens is you start to offload this packed up energy that's been stored there from unresolved emotion, likely for years, possibly decades, maybe the majority of your life, to the degree you don't even recognize it as a thing because you've kind of grown up with it. And when that happens, we end up compensating for the energy that's blocked here, because when energy is blocked in your belly, it's not available to be utilized through your whole system. And you have to remember that the energy codes is about getting from living in your head to living in your body. And when you're living in your body operates as a filtering system. Let me see if I have a picture here. I'm sitting here where I do lots of my interviews and all kinds of things. So I have some posters today. Okay, so you've seen this before probably, but here's the deal. When we're living in the body, we can start to see all these different chakra centers represent different levels of consciousness, different ways of thinking and being able to perceive life. And when we're in the whole body, we're able to sense and feel energy differently. And that energy gets stepped down to what I call being usable for human consumption. It's stepped down for human consumption, meaning you can sense and feel it. If you're living in your head, there are 11 billion bits of information bombarding you every millisecond right here, just bombarding you like this, information coming in. If we're living in our heads, we can't filter the information. If we drop down in our body, the body acts as a filtering system. And because of that filtering system, we have the capacity to turn infinite energy into information that rises as a deep knowing. And if we've been living in our heads, that energy comes here, doesn't get filtered properly, gets balled off and locked off into these little packages that create knots in your stomach. And those knots in your stomach end up containing energy that never rises to your consciousness. So you look around and you wonder why you feel like something's missing, something's broken, something's wrong, something's not working. And what needs to happen as a byproduct is we need to set this energy free so that it can filter up through here so that we get a different message arising to our conscious awareness, one that is based in fullness, based in wholeness, based in more of who we are instead of a filtered, wobbling version of it. So what do? We have to take our attention to our belly and anchor it with Mula Bandha. But I want to invite you, those of you that are in the coursework and you know how to build the circuits and you know what to do there, I want to make sure that you're not doing it mechanistically. And if you haven't been in the coursework and really, really learned how to begin to build circuitry, perhaps you're reading the book. And the book will teach you step by step what we're trying to do here. The invitation today is come home to yourself. Breathe in your belly, slowly, intimately, deeply, with 100% of your focus, 100% of your heart and mind and your body and your breath, all focused in your belly. What begins to happen is the mind that split off in the splat starts to come back home. And when it's on the body and you're breathing and you're dropping your focus into the belly, A byproduct of that is you're going to come home to yourself in a way that perhaps you haven't been for decades. And the byproduct of that is energy starts to release. And the moment that energy lets go and starts to release, you're going to breathe it up to your heart, and you're going to feel it come up into your throat. And I just want you to feel for it. So maybe you can't do it in this moment because you're thinking and we're talking. But tonight, when you're in bed, just bring all of your attention there. Fall asleep every night to breathing deep in your belly with 100% of your energy down in there. Not up here looking at it, but come in the elevator, go down the elevator shaft, and be breathing in this belly. Because your breath of loving presence in the belly is going to offload some of these packages of energy that are keeping you from feeling whole. And a byproduct of that is physical breakdown, mental stress and emotional strain, etc. All of it comes from energy being blocked instead of energy flowing up to our conscious awareness. So be tender with yourself. Be gentle. Recognize that there isn't anything broken. There's nothing missing. There is nothing wrong. The only thing that's happened is energy has gotten blocked, and we know how to get it moving again. We begin by bringing our consciousness into the core of our body, and with all of our might and all of our love, come home to ourselves and recognize that there was likely something when I was 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or all of the above that happened, and I didn't know how to manage it, so I stuck it away. And I have to pull it back out without even understanding what it was, without even naming it, without even remembering anything about it. Just to have to come home to the energies that have been abandoned by me. I'm going to talk about this sense of self-abandonment that gets projected into the outer world and how we immediately think that others are abandoning us, when all the while it's a byproduct of the movie that we're writing. So you want to tune into the masterclass coming up. So if you're not part of the Gold membership, you want to click on this link on your page that you're watching here and join up so that you can perceive a deeper version of this conversation, one that can serve you every day for the rest of your life. So I look forward to seeing you there. Blessings to everyone. Hope you have a fantastic month, and I'll see you in the masterclass in just a few moments.